How did you meet your husband? I was going for my morning run when out of nowhere someone yelled, "Oh my God, he's drowning!" It caught me so off guard, but the scream came from a woman standing at the edge of the water. She was pointing frantically at something in the lake about 30 yards out, and when I looked, I could see a body floating face down, completely motionless in the water. Oh my God. Please, you have to help him, I can't swim. I looked around desperately for anyone else, but the path was empty and she kept screaming, "He's been like that for 2 minutes, please." I said, "Call 911, but she was crying saying she already did, but they wouldn't get here in time. You have to go now. She practically pushed me toward the water. I kicked off my running shoes thinking this can't be happening, but every second I argued with her was a second this guy didn't have. I'm not a great swimmer. I tried to protest, but she was hysterical now saying, "Please, he's going to die." But as I yanked off my shirt and shorts, I realized I wasn't wearing a bra or underwear. It hit me last second, but there was no time. So to cover myself up, I dove in. I was completely naked in a public lake, but there was no turning back now because someone was literally dying. I forced myself to swim harder, trying not to think about how exposed I was or how many people might be watching from the shore. The body was getting closer, and I could see he was wearing dark swim trunks and wasn't moving at all. My arms were burning and I kept swallowing lake water, but I pushed through the last few yards. When I finally reached him, my hands were shaking as I grabbed his shoulder thinking I was about to flip over a dead body. Please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. I kept thinking as I tried to remember the CPR training I'd taken 3 years ago. I pulled with all my strength to turn him over, and that's when everything went insane. The second I touched him, he gasped and shot up out of the water like he'd been electrocuted, making me scream and inhale water. He was very much alive with these bright blue eyes staring at me in complete shock and confusion. "Are you okay?" I gasped out, coughing up lake water, and he looked at me like I was insane, saying, "Yeah, I'm fine, but are you okay?" His eyes went wide as they drifted down, and I remembered I was completely naked. Before I could even cover myself, another head popped up right next to us, making me scream again. Then another one surfaced to my left, then 2 more behind the first guy, and suddenly I was surrounded by 5 men in the water all staring at me. They were all wearing some kind of diving equipment and looking between me and the first guy like they were trying to figure out what was happening. The first guy tried to help me swim back to shore, but as we got back to the edge of the water, he helped me climb out. I was so embarrassed I thought I might die. The entire crowd of people who thought someone was drowning all watches me climb back out completely naked, and my legs were shaking so bad I could barely walk, but he kept his hand on my elbow steadying me while still looking away. Once I was dressed and sitting on the beach wrapped in someone's military jacket, he explained they were in the military doing water exercises. The other guys were trying not to laugh, and I buried my face in my hands saying, "I thought you were drowning, I'm so sorry." That's when he surprised me by saying, "So you want to get a drink sometime? Anyways, we're married now."